Welcome everyone to 1021 Magazine's continual coverage and series for the pandemic that we all are facing here in America and all around the world, the coronavirus COVID-19. I am your host, BEBE Davis, publisher and founder of 1021 Magazine, where the motto is Limitless and Timeless. Welcome to the 6 sessions of covering the coronavirus pandemic from a diverse mosaic point of view. And we continue this coverage from Sunday to Sunday. So I wanted to give you all enough time to settle in. I am running a little bit late, but what life would have it to be, there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We were still getting incoming information and some other things. But I am here, and we are rocking on Pacific Standard Time. So if you are on the East Coast, then you're coming in at the 2 a.m., going into the 3 a.m. hour. If you're on Central Standard Time, then that's an hour behind, like 1 and 2. And then, of course, with the West Coast, that's what time I am rocking with. So welcome everyone to the live stream, and this is live stream with chat. So if you would like to ask questions or have an opinion about anything thus far in the series, then you are welcome to do so in a respectful way. All right, so it is April 1st, and you know, for a lot of people, we were out on the scenes looking at social media, and we saw a lot of people with a different tone, still with some April Fool liveliness, but the sobering point of view that has been happening since coronavirus got here, and we've seen numbers spike, coverages from all points of view, social media, how people are feeling, the number of deaths daily from a disease, from a virus that has no cure, and we're still trying to learn more about it. It does give you a moment to really pause about your life more than ever, and to be thankful about your life more than ever and your loved ones. We're talking daily reports of deaths. Last night, it was in the 800s alone here in the United States of America. For Wednesday, 900. Now, if you are living in an area where those numbers haven't spiked, it is truly even more so to be grateful, because the panic is even more so in the places where those death tolls are very, very spiked. So the climate of what we have been seeing, myself and the contributors to 1021 Magazine, is that a lot more people are getting the serious tones if you just focus in on social media from influencers, and that is people that they follow, people that they like. These are their influencers, because these are the people that they tune into. So now you're getting these PSAs from the singers, the stars, artists of various public figure vibrations, and they're telling people to take it seriously. So then it clears up a little bit of the casual, if you will, the casual tone of some people online. And that's not to say putting it in different age groups, because you have Some people who think this is all hoax and this isn't going to touch me, and that goes from one age to the next. And then you have some people who are just wanting to not zone in so much, so they want to make light of the situation. But the situation is not light at all. Now, if you want to make people smile and joy about some things, I think that's fine. These are just my POVs. But when you start bringing in jokes about coronavirus and you got people dying daily, and it's no more of what they said, because they're still trying to figure it out, is what it seems. But we're going to also touch on the other what ifs. So tonight is going to be more of talking about the history of the pandemics and epidemics that happened through history, continuing from last night. Then we're going to be talking about some of the myths, concerns, fact, fiction. Is this true? Is this not true? And just giving some POVs. So we did a lot of research, and I must say one love to all of the media family. With 1021 Media Group and with other media professionals in the media family, because the work doesn't stop, the questions don't stop being answered, the research doesn't stop, looking over at things to see if this makes any sense to us. All that research doesn't stop once I say goodbye to you all. It's continual. A lot of us are running off a little bit of rest, even though I try to get on camera and show as best of me as I can in these moments. But I'm just like everyone else. You're trying to get the information, but you got to take care of yourself. You got to self-care yourself, because if you don't, then you're not going to have any more time to try and help anyone else. So we're going to jump into it. I think before we even get started, getting back with the history of the pandemics from back then, one smoking gun, if you will, and a lot of people were asking about this. They were like, so what do you think as someone in media? And I've been in media professionally for over 20-something years. What do you think about Chris Cuomo from CNN? They say, and he says, and everyone so far is saying that he has the coronavirus. And he is in his basement, and he's still doing his show and giving his symptoms and stuff like that. What do you think? Well, as someone who states facts is facts, and opinions is opinions, and POVs, I will say I cannot confirm if Chris Cuomo has the coronavirus. I can only go by what he's saying, what his colleagues are saying, what CNN is saying. So I'm sure that they have done their fact checks to see if this is true. So if for any reason someone tries to challenge that, then they are covered, and we won't have those moments of this was not true. So you want to believe that that is true. But if someone should challenge that and say, hey, we the people, since you're talking to the people, you took the test. Can we see the test? How does the test look? What did the test say? Can you be more transparent? He doesn't have to, because that is private medical confidentiality between him, his family, his doctor, God, and anyone else he chooses. But just say, if someone challenged that, could he be able to produce the test? But then, even if he did produce it, someone would say it's not true. So it's almost like you can't win for losing. I would hate to think that a colleague would go that far to say, or just anyone who is of a public figure, would go that far to say, I have it, but then you don't. So I would just have to go with believe until I know better. But now here's some other things to think about, because there are some people I hear who are saying it's for ratings. They don't believe it. Why isn't he even more sicker? Why isn't he on a deathbed? I mean, come on. We're going to take a look at the real numbers here from what we are seeing. And not everyone who has it or asymptomatic is going to die. If you have a good immune system and you're getting on the care that you need and all of that, there are people who have it and are survivors, and we'll get into those numbers. Now, from my POV of this smoking gun for some people, because you know, he knew, the networks knew that everybody wasn't going to believe it. I would say, if I had the coronavirus and he's saying his symptoms of having chills and, different things like that. So now we got more other symptoms, because a lot of us haven't heard about that. Even though they say it kind of mimics the flu, mimics pneumonia, he's not having the symptoms so far that were stated out there as far as unable to breathe or anything like that. He has gone on record to say that that is not happening like that, or else he would be calling for more help to assist him in breathing, because that's serious. But he's in his basement in his home, and he's doing live remote from his home to CNN, like a lot of other people. Like I'm here doing live remote, and a lot of others. But I will say, as a responsible public figure and journalist, I would come on and say, live remote, that I have it, and I would share some of my symptoms, but I wouldn't do a full-on show with anybody. I would be trying to rest, no matter if my symptoms were not short of breath or any of the other ones. I would have my say to everyone, and then I would take the self-care I needed off camera. But that would be me. And then I would have my colleagues give updates. I would not be doing my show, but that's just me. I would do a live remote, say on another colleague's show, but not every day, because I need to be trying to get myself well and take the rest that I need. Because you don't want to give an impression or the irresponsibility to others that, oh, hey, if I get it, I'm going to be just like Chris. I can just still do my show and all that other stuff. And, oh, my God, well, it must be not that bad because he's still doing his show. And, I mean, but all of that is your right to do whatever you want to do. But I just wanted to kind of start off with that because that was the big thing, And I would just say we have to believe what we're seeing until you may know better. Would I be doing my show with the symptoms? Again, I personally would not. I would come on if I was well enough to come on, like he is well enough to come on, and then I would state some of my symptoms, because I think that's good to share your symptoms and what's going on with you. So it gives a good picture with what the researchers and everyone who's trying to find and get a hold of this virus, give them something to add on to the list. Just like the nurse in Seattle, and she said about the patients at the nursing homes, they didn't have those initial symptoms that we see on the CDC. They had the red eyes, and not red eye, but red around their eye on their skin and puffiness. So I would come on and I would say these symptoms that I had before it made me spark to go get tested. I personally would probably just show my test showing this. I would talk about how my test was done, and then I would be like, I'm out. And, you know, maybe see everybody in a week after getting the care I need off camera. But that's just me. That's just me. And we truly hope that him as well as others out there, that they get better. But I would probably send that message so I could be, you know, keeping the tone that in my shows previously, and like he did, Chris Como did also. Take it serious, people. Social distancing. Get the care that you need. We can get these numbers down if we self-quarantine and all of that. You know, it's just like if you're having, it's not just like, but you know, if you have a cold, like the flu, which knocks you on your butt, or pneumonia, you don't hardly have any energy like that. And you should rest. Because when you rest, you're letting the body repair itself. Give it a chance to repair itself, you know? So I hope that he doesn't continue to do the show, because yes, that's heroic. That's never been done before. You would be the first to do it or whatever. But you got one life to do. And I would just sit all the way down. And I mean, that would be me. I would just sit all the way down. Okay? All right, so we're listening to the great music of Johnny M in the Mix and DJ Activities right here on YouTube. Make sure you check them out. It's going to be so cool, so cool, so cool. All right, so let's get into some of the numbers here. Okay? COVID-19, coronavirus, pandemic. Pandemic versus epidemic. Epidemic is more in whatever region it's going to be in, and then it tries to wipe people out and get people sick, and it causes death tolls and survivor tolls, because we can't just talk about the deaths. We got to talk about the survivor part, the yin and the yang. A pandemic is when it goes out of the region and just starts going from region to region to region until it starts going all over the world. And that's what's happening right now with the coronavirus. It's everywhere. Okay. So the coronavirus cases by the numbers here. And these numbers are being updated like, not minute by minute, but probably daily by daily. But they're monitoring them and seeing the spikes. This is what you call like statistics type of vibrations. The cases, and you can view them by country, but over the whole total of the countries, 936,237. The deaths, 47,249. Recovered, 194,583. Active cases, currently, patients that are still alive, 694,405 is the number. Mild condition, 95%. That's a good number. 658,794. Serious critical, 5%. 35,611. Closed cases which had an outcome, 241,832. 80%, we're still not in the red. Recovered and discharged, 194,583. That's 80%. 20% in deaths, 47,249. These are the closed cases where they got it, the coronavirus. Death, our survival. The peak has gone up. There are incubation periods. Look at the symptoms, the age, the sex, pre-existing conditions of deaths. So these are by the numbers. When you view by country, the USA, 215,300 total cases. Italy, 110,574. Spain, 104,118. China, 81,554. Germany, 77,981. France, 56,989. Iran, 47,593. UK, 29,474. Switzerland, 17,768. Turkey, 15,679. Belgium, 13,964. Netherlands, 13,614. Austria, 10,711. South Korea, 9,976. Canada, 9,731. And some people was like, oh wow, I haven't heard about Canada. You have to go in and look at the numbers. Look at the countries. We're here in America. We will report on others, but the main thing right now is everyone is focused and zoned in on their countries for the most part. And then they can start talking about others. But when you're in crisis, and that's exactly what we're in crisis, you're going to focus on the numbers in your country. Portugal, 8,251. Brazil, 6,931. Israel, 6,092. Australia, 5,106. Sweden, 4,947. Norway, 4,877. Czechia, 3,589. Ireland, 9,400. 3,447. Denmark, 3,107. Chile, 3,031. Malaysia, 2,908. Russia, 2,777. Ecuador, 2,758. Poland, 2,554. Romania, 2,460. Japan, 2,384. Luxembourg, 2,319. Philippines, 2,311. Pakistan, 2,338. India, 2,032. Thailand, 1,771. Saudi Arabia, 1,729. Finland, 1,446. Greece, 1,414. South Africa, 1,380. Mexico, 1,378. Peru, 1,323. Panama, 1,317. Dominican Republic, 1,284. Iceland, 1,220. Argentina, 1,333. Colombia, 1,065. Serbia, 1,060. Singapore, 1,000. Croatia, 963. Algeria, 847. Slovenia, 841. Qatar, 835. UAE, 814. New Zealand, 797. Ukraine, 794. Egypt, 779. Estonia, 779. Hong Kong, 766. Iraq, 728. Diamond Princess, 712. Morocco, 654. Lithuania, 581. Armenia, 571. Bahrain, 569. Hungary, 525. Lebanon, 479. Bosnia and Herzegovina, 459 cases of coronavirus. Bulgaria, 449. Latvia, 446. Tunisia, 423. Moldova, 423. Kazakhstan, 402. Slovakia, 400. Andorra, 390. Costa Rica, 375. North Macedonia, 354. Uruguay, 350. Taiwan, 329. Cyprus, 320. Kuwait, 317. Burkina Faso, 282. Reunion, 281. Jordan, 278. Albania, 259. Afghanistan, 237. San Marino, 236. Cameroon, 233. Vietnam, 222. Honduras, 219. Cuba, 212. And I still have family over there. Oman, 210. Ghana, 195. Ivory Coast, 190. Senegal, 190. Malta, 188. Uzbekistan, 187. Nigeria, 174. Faroe Islands, 173. Chanel Islands, 172. Belarus, 163. Mauritius, 161. Sri Lanka, 146. Venezuela, 144. Martinique, 135. Palestine, 134. Brunei, 131. Guadalupe, 125. Montenegro, 123. Georgia, 117. And not in the United States, Georgia. Kyrgyzstan, 116. Bolivia, 115. Cambodia, 110. DRC, 109. Mayotte, 101. Trinidad and Tobago, 90. Rwanda, 82. Kenya, 81. Gibraltar, 81. Paraguay, 77. Niger, 74. Liechtenstein, 72. Isle of Man, 68. Madagascar, 57. Monaco, 55. Aruba, 55. Bangladesh, 54. French Guiana, 51. Guatemala, 46. Barbados, 45. Jamaica, 44. Uganda, 44. El Salvador, 41. Macau, 41. French Polynesia, 37. Togo, 36. Zambia, 36. Djibouti, 33. Bermuda, 32. Mali, 31. Guinea, 30. Ethiopia, 29. Congo, 22. Cayman Islands, 22. Saint Martin, 22. Bahamas, 21. Tanzania, 20. Guyana, 19. Maldives, 19. Gabon, 18. Myanmar, 16. Saint Martin, 16. Haiti, 16. New Caledonia, 16. Equatorial Guinea, 15. Mongolia, 14. Namibia, 14. Benin, 13. St. Lucia, 13. Dominica, 12. Curacao, 11. Syria, 10. Greenland, 10. Grenada, 10. Laos, 10. Libya, 10. Mozambique, 10. Seychelles, 10. Suriname, 10. Miss Zandam, 9. Guinea-Bissau, 9. Eswatini, 9. Angola, 8. Zimbabwe, 8. St. Kitts and Nevis, 8. Sudan, 7. Antigua and Barbuda, 7. Chad, 7. Fiji, 7. Cabo Verde, 6. Mauritania, 6. Vatican City, 6. Liberia, 6. St. Bart's, 6. Turks and Caicos, 6. Nicaragua, 5. Nepal, 5. Bhutan, 5. Montserrat, 5. Somalia, 5. Botswana, 4. Gambia, 5. Belize, 3. British Virgin Islands, 3. CAR 3, Anguilla 2, Burundi 2, Caribbean Netherlands 2, Sierra Leone 2, Papua New Guinea 1, Timor-Leste 1. And this is where the 936-237 comes into play. And when people were saying Jamaica doesn't have it, Haiti doesn't have it, this place doesn't have it, those numbers might be low, and we want to make sure that they stay low. They don't have any data if there are any new cases. But we definitely have to look at a lot of things with this virus. There's so much that we know, there's so much that we don't know. And let's talk about the symptoms. Symptoms can include, so this doesn't say full on conclude. A fever, a cough, shortness of breath. These are things to like really look out for. And they're saying that in the 80th percentile, these cases are mild. So when you look at the numbers, sadly, because have so many deaths a day that you're seeing by astronomical proportions than what we have ever witnessed, and you're talking about a violence, you're not talking about anything like mass shootings or anything like that, which you're not going to dumb down those things. But what I'm trying to say is you're talking about death from a virus. This is a pandemic that's happening all over the world, and we're getting these death toll numbers on the daily. Then when you hear 250,000 more cases could surpass that, it makes you pause and say to yourself, what can I do? What can I do to help bring this down? You have news reports talking about how president should step in on these governors and tell them mandate stay at home. But right now he isn't. Is it okay? Is it not okay? Do you think he's doing the right thing by still leaving it in the hands of each state? You could look at that from a smoking gun. Is he doing that so the smoking gun of blame game if things go wrong can be not just on him as the leader of the nation's cabinet, but on the governors should things go left in their state? Then that will not hold him accountable. We don't know what is happening. I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to down the president because he is dealing with the unknown as well. We're all in this together, but we do expect when you are elected president that you make these tough decisions. Right now, with the totals of deaths that we're seeing on a daily, you have to take a look at each state and whether their numbers are high and whether their numbers are low. It doesn't matter. You need to step in, even if it's behind the scenes, and call them out and say, you need to do a stay at home. And what measures in your state can you push this along with what you have in your state? We're not going to put our military at risk by wearing them thin at this point. But if you need to start going a little bit more toward martial law with the military in your own state, then you might just need to make that happen to let people know this is serious. When we say quarantine, we mean quarantine. And when we say stay at home unless you have a reason to be out. And if this means policing them with your military, you might need to go ahead and do that. Because some people may not be getting the message. It is a good thing in a bad way when you look at these numbers and you see that the recovery from this is better in numbers than the deaths. 936,237, but this is around the world. And the deaths around the world, 47,249 around the world, America included. recovered around the world, America included, 194,583. These are good numbers around the world. And we do not take the deaths lightly, because the deaths have been more than just the people who actually caught the symptoms, but people who were on the front lines and came to help, from doctors to first responders of things. It is so real. One of the researches that we're doing also is that we're getting on the scanners as a team, and we're listening into some of the calls just to see what's happening. And those calls just have not been the best. And so when I'm saying we're getting a little bit of sleep, you got these scanners on pretty much all night. So you're hearing these things, and you know, people are in distress. People are in distress here. And the biggest thing that we can do as a nation and in America, where you still got people online on social media, and we're taking a look at that too, saying, when are we going to be able to get out? Don't you know it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spring season? But in the air is death, and a certain death for a lot of people. There's no need to play tiptoe through the tulips. But at the same time, you need to be accountable. You be out when you need to be out. We understand that people are going to have to be out unless they're going to be bringing service to people to their doors, and that's not feasibly possible. But contain yourself from just being out willy-nilly because you're not used to staying in, or you feel that the walls is closing in on you. You got to buck up. But if you want to just get on out there, you never know why the martial law hasn't come in effect yet. Because, hey, you want to play Russian roulette with your life like that, then fine. You will be in the number. And we need to make it easier, because it's a lot of things happening that aren't even being reported. One love to all of the first responders and the people on the front lines who have to go in, and they put themselves at risk. You put yourself at risk when you step out of the comforts of your home. Not even imagining if it's already in your home or in your vehicle. Okay, that's it for that. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Historia. So make sure you stay locked in with me. Go ahead and re-up, because we're going to take a different turn in this. And I also want to say to all of the first responders and the medical teams and all the people who are doing the positive things, right? And even to those of us who are quarantining ourselves. We're quarantining ourselves. We're quarantining and being chill. We're taking the necessary precautions of making sure everything is clean and copacetic as much as we can. Salute to you, because you are a part of the solutions until we can find that solution. Okay? Because there are people who are on the scene working and looking at things and dissecting things and trying to see how to get a handle on the coronavirus. And we are living the history. As I said before on yesterday, all of these movies that we have enjoyed over the years, talking about the end of the world and all this other stuff. A lot of people wasn't really feeling those movies. I mean, me personally, I looked at those movies. I enjoyed a lot of those movies. But we're now living what we have been seeing on film. We're in an epidemic, and it is taking out people. And we're getting these other numbers of projections saying that it could be higher alone right here in the United States. Those are big numbers. And possibly, when more big numbers come in, God forbid, we have even bigger numbers to even out that, saying that people may have gotten it, but they have recovered. I don't know how much more sobering it is going to be to anybody else who does not think that this is serious. And it's not that you should just immerse yourself and just drive yourself insane. But what we're speaking to is just the recklessness of some people. There are some people who are gathering about and they think that that's okay. And then they are putting themselves and others into the harm's way. So, before I'm out of here, we're going to take a moment and we are going to have a moment of silence for those who are working on the scenes and all of us who are doing what we need to do in responsible tones. And we're going to take a moment of silence for those who have lost their lives. Very thankful is where I am. And as I said before, it has touched close enough to home for me. Through family, friends of like my grandparents and stuff like that, people that they knew, people in their family had passed on from coronavirus. And my mother's classmate, aunt and uncle, dead, both, last week. It's real. And this is nothing that we have never seen or experienced before like this. It is time to wake up, and it's time to respect your life and the life of others if this is you who is not doing what you need to do. Social distancing, quarantine and chill. Be out when you need to be. Stop being in these groups. Stop complaining and be more thankful. And send the good vibes up that the people who are working so hard behind the scenes, that they find a way to slow this down and find the serums and all of that. We can sit here all day and say all of this is made up, or this is this and this is that. But, you know, one thing that is certain, one thing that is happening right now, and that is death. And that is sickness, and that is the uncertainty right now. So we can put all of the conspiracy theories in the air all we want, but what is real is we have to do our part. We have to do our part more than ever. All right, so stay locked in. I'll be back in another 20-30 minutes or so. And then we're coming back with a historia of plagues and epidemics and pandemics. And then we'll start breaking down some more things. I'm BEBE Davis, publisher and founder at 1021 Magazine. Thanks for locking in. Welcome all new subscribers to the channel, and more to come.